going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Christian Hanna Horror. So I did my introduction to Full Moon for a lot of you guys, and the reception was good. You guys were saying, "Where's Volume 2?" And I'm thrilled to give you Volume 2. So what I'm doing here is basically still staying in the golden era for this one, because there are some that I want to talk about, and some of these I'm cheating a little bit because they're Empire pictures, but because my channel is predominantly about physical media, as you can see behind me, some of these Empire pictures, Charlie has acquired the full rights to now and licensed them through his own company, Full Moon, for release. So, and he also continued some series under the Full Moon banner. So let's get into it. So, do you remember this set we looked at, the Dollman Action Pack? Well, I told you to check out Dollman, and I told you to check out Demonic Toys. Now, I think it would be really cool if you went back and finished it off with the like Charlie loved mixing stuff together, and so he did Dollman vs. Demonic Toys, which is really fun, really funny movie, great stuff. Dollman vs. Demonic Toys. The only thing about that movie is it's short. It's like 59 minutes long. It's a shortish movie, but you know it's perfectly suitable. So let's start off with Dollman vs. Demonic Toys because Tim Thomerson is awesome. I am so sorry you're gonna not hear that phone again. But let's start off there because Tim Thomerson is going to pop up in this list a lot. Next, how about this? So I watched this movie for the first time a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, excuse me. Now, this is a Doctor Strange type movie, not Doctor Who, like silly said in a video before. Dr. Mordred. Now, this is a Jeffrey Combs starred film. Now, when I say that, there's going to be a lot of you that are already like, I'm in. Because Jeffrey Combs is like one of those actors that everybody loves. So Dr. Mordred is a really fun sorcery-type movie. Really, really cool. Now, the rumor was this was supposed to be a Doctor Strange movie, but Charles Band did not get the rights to do it, so he just made his own version. Great cast. Jeffrey Combs when is he not amazing? I mean, somebody tell me, when is Jeffrey Combs not amazing? So go ahead and get Jeffrey Combs. Now, all these movies are from fullmoondirect.com if you want to pick them up on Blu-ray, or you can get the streaming site, or you can check and see if they're streaming elsewhere. But again, you know, I'm a physical media guy, so I want to show you this. So Dr. Mordred is awesome. So you could go ahead and knock that out next. It's a really cool one. So here we go with a Empire movie that's under the Full Moon umbrella now, because Charles Band owned that. Zoids is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Zoids is just absolute money. You know, you've got this post-apocalyptic team, and they're running about, and they run into monsters like this, and Linnea Quigley's in here, and she's lovely as ever. One of my favorite movies with Linnea Quigley, probably top 3. This could be my second favorite Linnea Quigley movie, besides with number 1 being Return of the Living Dead. But like I said, this is Wizard, but it's under the Full Moon umbrella now, so I figured let's go ahead and just put it here and let you guys know about it. So, yeah, great movie. Really fun movie. Creepazoids, guys. Definitely check it out. I love it so much. Probably one of the best from Charles Band. This is really fun to show because this literally just came out on Blu-ray. You can pick it up from Amazon, Charles Band's fullmoondirect.com. The 1994 Shrunken Heads. I believe that's the year. Yeah, 1994. Shrunken Heads is great. I love Shrunken Heads. This is a little bit more, I guess you would say, the sillier side of Full Moon. Really fun. You know, when 3 inner-city kids are murdered in a gangland showdown gone wrong, a mysterious witch doctor opts to drag them back from the grave. Well, most of them anyway. The voodoo priest leaves the boys' bodies and only reanimates their heads. Now this trio of floating craniums are left to fly around New York with only one thing on their minds: revenge. I love Shrunken Heads. It's so entertaining. So entertaining. Classic Full Moon. Classic Charles Band. Great movie. I would definitely recommend this. You need to have a laugh in your life. You know what I mean? All right, this next one, guys, is one of the best Full Moon movies I've ever watched, and I just watched it for the first time a couple days ago. H.P. Lovecraft's Lurking Fear. Now, this is a serious, straight-ahead horror movie, and it's really good. And Ashley Lawrence, I believe is her name, from from Hellraiser, Kirsty. My God, she is gorgeous in this movie. Lurking Fear is awesome. Jeffrey Combs has a role in this movie. Great cast. It's all about digging up this dead body that has money in it, and you run into these disgusting monsters like right here. I mean, I know it's blurry, but oh man, it's creepy. There's the monster right there. Lurking Fear is great. Now, I don't read much Lovecraft, or really any. I can't say what it's like as far as how close it is to his material, because I know that's important to a lot of fans of the literature of H.P. Lovecraft, but for movie fans of H.P. Lovecraft that like a lot of his movies, this is one of my favorites, Lurking Fear. I really enjoyed it, so huge recommend on this. If you take away anything from this video, no Lurking Fear. Don't let that ring out of your head. Okay, next is, again, on the latter side of the golden era, but really funny and entertaining, Head of the Family. I love this movie. So this is about this bizarre family, and everybody in this family has an extreme exaggeration of what they're good at, and head of the family, no pun intended. This guy's like in charge, and he's the evil mastermind, and he's got a massive head. And this is very sleazy if you're into that. So a lot of sleaze, a lot of boobies are in this movie, but definitely entertaining. I love Head of the Family. This is still the golden era. I mean, the production quality was good on this movie. I love it. And these Blu-rays, by the way, guys, I mean, Charles does a really good job restoring them, and he even puts them up here, 16:9, 5.1 from the original 35 camera negative. So, you know, his restorations look good because they're from the original materials. So, really fun movie. It's a funny horror film. It's a funny horror film. So if you're into some funny comedy horror films every now and again, give it a shot, especially 90s, because humor was great in the 90s, in my opinion. So definitely go for Head of the Family. Okay, now, next, guys. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite Charles Band movies. Empire, Full Moon. Again, this movie is being released now under the Full Moon umbrella, but it was an Empire picture. But again, because I'm a physical media guy, I want to show this. One of my all-time favorites, period, is Trancers. Absolute period. Now, this movie is awesome. It's horror, sci-fi, action. I mean, I love when you mix genres like that and do it properly, and Trancers does it awesome. I mean, it's a really good B-plus movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's, by definition, what you call a B movie. But back then, like with Charles Band, his B movies they were made by talented people. So they look really good. They sound really good. The editing's good. You know, the story is a little loosey on here, but it's only something you realize when you listen to reviews and hear people discuss it. When you're watching the film, you're having a great time. Helen Hunt is in this movie. I love Helen Hunt. This is awesome. Tim Thomerson should be talked about just as much as Tom Atkins and Charles Bronson for that middle-aged bad son of a gun. I mean, Tim Thomerson is awesome in this. So this is under the this was an Empire movie, I believe, from 1985. But you know, he would continue the series under Full Moon. So Trancers is a must. Again, so far, if I'm being dead honest, these are all great recommends in my opinion. Creepazoids, Lurking Fear, and Trancers. Don't sleep on Trancers, guys, please. It's one of my all-time favorites. So obviously, I would like you to continue that and go straight to Trancers 2 after that. Again, there's Helen Hunt again, Tim Thomerson, and Megan Ward's in this one. Trancers 2 is fantastic as well. I love Trancers 1 the most. I'll be honest up front. This is my all-time favorite one, Trancers 1. But this one is great. Heyday of Full Moon, 1991 production date. So it's awesome. Looks great. Sounds great. Great. Helen Hunt, I just love her. And Tim Thomerson, what a great combination. You know, so definitely go ahead and get into Trancers 2. This is a great series, guys. And you can go one more for me, because I haven't seen any other ones, but Trancers 3, again, right there with it, 1992. So a year later, they cranked out another classic Trancers film. And Tim Thomerson is back and ready for action. So these are great fun movies, guys. Like, honestly, this trilogy, I mean, there's more, but to me it's a trilogy because that's all I've seen, are just absolute Charles Band classics. I love them so much. Tim Thomerson is just awesome. So, yeah, definitely go for that. So those are all the Blu-rays that you can get that I've recommended, or stream them, like I said. Hopefully some of these that I'm describing are sticking out to you. But, oh my goodness. So let's go ahead and show you a couple more. A couple more Golden Era. This is Netherworld. Now, this does not have a Blu-ray. This is a really fun movie that takes place in New Orleans, which is where I'm from, and it's really good. After inheriting a sprawling estate in the bayous of Louisiana, Corey Thornton's life is about to change forever. Through instructions left to him in a mansion, Corey learns that his father's bizarre plan and last wish was to be resurrected and introduced to a very sensual and sexy woman, Dolores, a mistress of black magic who was involved with his father. Great movie. It's actually serious. Awesome opening scene. I mean, there's a scene where a guy gets knocked over into this out of this bar on a bayou in a swamp and goes into the swamp water. And I'm from New Orleans, so I know that in that swamp water was snakes, gators, bugs, snapping turtles, you name it. So Netherworld is a great film. You can pick this up on DVD. I believe Netherworld is streaming on Tubi too. But if you're like me and you're a physical media guy, I recommend getting the DVD. It looks good. It's 4:3, but the scan looks very crisp and clean. And last on this one, if you're a hard rock lover, you're going to love Bad Channels. What a funny movie. It's all about aliens that come to Earth, take over a radio station, and play awesome rock and roll to brainwash women and kidnap them and shrink them into these little pods. It's silly fun. It's golden era. It's music by Blue Oyster Cult, which is my favorite band. I've got a tattoo of them right there. I'd show you if I didn't have a long sleeve shirt on. Fun movie. Great rock and roll throughout it. Fun. Love it. So, guys, that is Volume 2 of your Introduction to Full Moon. Now, when we do Volume 3, it'll be down the road. I'll let this one sizzle for a while. But this is pretty much covering a lot of the golden era, these first two. And it goes without saying, you could go ahead and watch Puppet Master 4 and 5 as well, because that's kind of where the buck stops for me. But we're going to talk about the Axis films, because I feel the Puppet Master films did this, but we started creeping back up a little bit. So we'll talk about that soon. But this is going to kind of do it for the golden era right here. So some standouts, obviously, is going to be Trancers, Lurking Fear, big time, and Creepazoids. I mean, those are the ones that I feel that if you walk away with anything, keep those in mind and check those out for me. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was Volume 2 of, learning about Full Moon and what to watch. So let me know what you guys think about these titles. And if I haven't mentioned one that you're a big fan of, let me know, and I'd love to discuss it in a future video. Thanks for watching.